The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video.
It's my scene, my scene. You know what I mean. It's my scene, my scene. You know what
Hey y'all, it is currently, I don't have my phone, I have my laptop in here though. It is about noon. It's noon and I'm about to get ready to go. I wanted to get that one. That's not looking like it's gonna happen now. But today's Chrissy Day. I forgot which fragrance, which Dossier fragrance I said I was gonna wear today. So I need to go look at the video and figure out what did I say. It be getting bad. Because sometimes people be telling me, you said, like, remember when Harriyanna had said, it would be like something funny I would say. And I'm like, I don't remember that. Like, it's just like, the thing is like, if it's like big detail, I can remember that. Like, cause I can remember what my Instacart order was. Like weird, like I can remember every single last thing I ordered from my Instacart order. But something little that I said, I don't recall. So it was the gumball video, right?
Actually,
which one did I say I wanted to wear for Chrissy?
I think that she would like, and that is...
Okay, Chrissy would like floral marshmallow. That's what it was. So I'm gonna go run in my room and get that, and then I need to go get the costume too because it's not even in here. The costume not here, girl. I'll be right back. Okay, we got the costume. I realized I stopped recording, so by the way, we're about to, first thing we gonna do is moisturize because bitch, I am dry as hell. I got eczema. I don't need people thinking I have monkeypox because I don't. But before we go, I have my hair. And the Ollie bonnet is new. It just came in yesterday. And guess what? Catboy got a bonnet too because y'all was asking for one. These are not ready to, they're here, but they're not ready to go for sale because I have some videography and photography that I need to do for them. And then they'll be ready. But I'm most likely going to have to get that done this weekend, which means I'm not going to be able to be at this event as long as I intended because y'all, I'm just busy. I just have so much stuff I have to do because I had to cancel my model appointment this week because of so much stuff I had to do for this event. But I have to go to my model appointment next week. That's why I'm like, yeah, I have so much shit I need to take care of. But I need to go get floral marshmallow because that's what I forgot to get. I got the scrunchies. I got the makeup palettes that I use for when I didn't. Y'all remember the gumball video? I'll be right back. All right, we got her. I don't know. I don't remember it being this color. But anyway, we're gonna moisturize. Since my skin, like the skin on my face, is a bit dry today, it's by eczema really. I'm gonna use the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser instead of the one that I use for when my skin's oily. I think I'm gonna put the costume on, but y'all not gonna see that. So let's go ahead and get ready. I'm gonna watch some Bougie Barbie. And you follow me, you know I love me some Bougie Barbie. I'm gonna throw one of her videos on. She's posted some new stuff that I have not watched yet because I just have not had the time. So you don't know who Bougie Barbie is. She's basically a black entrepreneur and she vlogs about like her entrepreneur experience and all of that. I don't know which one I want to watch. Should I watch the one where she takes a day off? And I'm like, today's not my day off though. Because usually I watch her to help me, like, you know, stay motivated and whatnot. But I'm like, I see Bougie Barbie taking a day off. I'm gonna want to take a day off too. But I'm like, no, girl, you gotta get up and work. Well, you have to work in order to deserve the day off. What am I even saying? But I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna just watch the one with her day off. I just bought a brand new roller. I always like sing her opening. I don't know why. I just do. And that don't know if I told you. And the bitch found out that they told you. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my face.
I was going to the gym and then I had went out that night, went to the strip club or whatever. And Tuesday, I skipped Tuesday, vlogging Tuesday. I went to dinner on Tuesday. I went to dinner at New York Prime. I have a video on my TikTok. Food was good. I would say if I had to rate it, 1 out of 10, I'll give it an 8. Because the chicken was good, just need some more like some hot sauce or something. But the salad was good, the drink was good.
I also have a mirror right here. You see me looking at this.
And I'm this girl that bought my wig. And then
Okay.
after that, I have to edit another video. And I will see y'all when I come back from the gym, okay? Alright, y'all. So I am back from the gym. Basically, I went to the gym this morning. Well, about 12. I got done at about 1. I should go create a chicken leg before this week.
Just to pause that real quick. I know a lot of y'all have asked me about like skincare tips and you know shit like that. I don't dry my face with a towel. I don't. I use paper towels that I can just throw away. I don't use a face towel. I don't use them little makeup, you know, the ones makeup remover right people be trying to do to save money and all, like save like paper and stuff like that. I don't do that either. Paper towels is what works for my skin, because if I use a towel over and over again, and I'll probably only use like a face cloth like 3 times, no. My skin's been much better and much clearer since I just use paper towels that I throw away here and there. All right, let's continue.
I was feeling a little under the weather, and then my legs are so sore, like beyond. It's beyond me right now, like beyond. So it's like I told y'all like, I wanted to cry so bad because it hurts so bad.
That was me when I first started working out.
Okay.
It get easier, girl. Oh Jesus, y'all. Cause people that know me know, like I run. People that know me know that I be running when I go get exercise and shit. The first 2 weeks of running, I was done. But now I can just run and I'll be fine.
We're gonna open our lovely microwave. And we're gonna pop it in here. Close it. And we're gonna start. We're gonna put 3 in.
Y'all, my nails are not done. I don't have time to paint them up for our girls. To be honest, I didn't really have to have my nails done for this. I have to have my nails done for my model appointment next week though, so. Y'all want me to vlog that? I need to start vlogging more. Cause some of y'all, even on my vlogs, don't really be getting views like that. Y'all be liking them. And it make it kind of easier for me to post out content because I don't feel like I'm not posting shit. Alright, I'm about to go off camera and put my clothes on. Y'all can't see that. Okay. Now the costume is too big, so I gotta make some minor adjustments to it to where it actually looks cute.
I was you yesterday. Yep, look at the sandwich we got last time. It had bacon on it. Off the cruise, that black girl.
Y'all, I've been like so nervous about putting this costume on because it's not really a con that you like dress up at, but I was like, that's me. Cosplay is a part of my brand and I want to be like, you know, what my brand is. So it would make sense for me to cosplay. But I told myself not to cosplay is nothing from anime. Like cosplay is something that like a lot of you know, regular people watch. Not something that's like exclusively like a nerd thing. So that's why I decided with Chrissy's costume for Stranger Things, because I wanted to go ahead and do her anyway. Because I was supposed to go to Dragon Con and I was gonna do this, but I'm not going no more. So yeah, we're gonna wear this here. Cosplay anywhere you want. Shit, cosplay when you go to fucking Target. Do it.
I was trying to still at least do it the same month in August, but I think I'm gonna have to do it September, which means I may have to postpone this thing, my new mentorship program that I was going to start. I think I'm gonna have to postpone that because I want to take my vacation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my peace comes first. I come first. So I really want to take my vacation. I really want to go to cruise. So even if I don't go in August, I'm for sure gonna go in September. But I'm just trying to like, you know, just get everything like kind of organize everything and just see it. So I'm just, you know, bougie bag collections that be transferred to the bougie bag closet, so it won't be biased up anymore. Because I feel like it's kind of hard to keep up with all these pages, y'all. So I'm gonna put those two together. So okay, so let me ask y'all a question, because y'all can probably help me with this. What do y'all think I should do if I still have other stuff that I do for income? So it'd be a lot, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to consolidate holiday, that bougie weight closet. So do y'all think I should make the bougie bag collection that I don't know has
I think I'm gonna put another one on.
in my regular Instagram, usually 6-figure bars, and then bougie bags, the bougie weight closet just hit 4K, which is good. Or should I just move bougie weight closet to bougie bag and just put it all together, and then bougie weight closet, bougie bag, 10K followers? You see what I'm saying? So should I do that? What do y'all think? I don't know.
It's like I'm trying to hide the pink. It's not gonna work. It's cute too.
Consolidated. So maybe y'all can help me. Y'all always be having, other people's opinions. So I'm gonna be like 12.
This is the same look from the gumball video. So if you want to know what it is, there. And I'm not gonna do foundation simply because it's just so hot out. And like I said, I just kind of want to let my skin breathe because I've been, modeling more. And when Shasta does my makeup, I just kind of want to leave that to where that's the only, heavy makeup that I do that week. I don't really do heavy makeup mainly because I don't know how to, but I just try to not wear foundation as much as I can just to like let my skin breathe because that's how I'm able to keep my skin clear.
Nothing today. Literally nothing. Talked to my mama today, a couple hours. She's gonna call me back in a minute when she get done with the lip gloss. Her and my brother still do the lip gloss for y'all. She should got y'all orders.
By the way, I'm not wearing foundation also because I'm gonna be wearing a mask the whole time because people be trying to act like COVID don't exist. Baby, I'm wearing a mask. I don't feel comfortable. And like I said, like COVID's part of the reason why I'm not gonna be at this event as long as I intended. So that's that. We're gonna be alright though.
And then I was supposed to order my birthday outfit today for my dinner. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, tomorrow, like I said, we back to work. We gotta wake up, we gotta work out, we gotta get to it, we gotta wash dishes. So tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, go to the gym, get a workout in. I think I'll be able to make work of my clothes.
If people be like, your makeup look bad, baby, I don't care. I do this for fun. I got people to do my makeup for me. Like either I get like a makeup artist to do it, I get one of my mutuals, or I get Shayla to do it for me if I want it to look good. If I do it for myself, I don't mean it to look good. I'm doing it for myself, baby. I think the best makeup look I've ever done was like that Emily and Grace cosplay. That's the best makeup I've ever did. Alright, she looking crazy, but it's the 80s, everyone look crazy. Half this vlog is me just getting ready for the event. And this is fluff. No, this is fluff from my collection.
Or we can substitute.
Alright, we got that done. Y'all, it's almost 1 o'clock. I said I want to leave the house at 1. We just got finished getting dressed at 1. And everybody know that when they cosplay, they gotta do pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Chrissy pictures. I'm putting my shoes on, take my Chrissy pictures, and then come back in the house and put the, cause everybody knows I take my cosplay pictures on my camera. I'm gonna transfer those camera pictures over to my computer, and then we will be ready to go. We're gonna go downtown, and it's Saturday. Downtown traffic is going to be nasty. So yeah, let's go ahead and we gotta pause Bougie Barbie. I'll finish watching her when I get home after the event.
To different publishers, trying to get an agent, trying to get a book deal. I said, okay, I can watch a couple YouTube videos and figure out how to do this myself. So I didn't have like a huge launch or anything because it was my first book. I was really just green to everything. So I launched on Amazon, and I started by creating my Instagram. So I always say that if you're gonna write a book or sort of start a new plan, a new platform, you should start with a fresh social media, because the people on your current social media are there to see your pets, your brunch, your vacation. So when you pivot and all of a sudden say, hey, buy my book, of course your friends and family will like those posts, but some of those people are not there for your new author journey. Meanwhile, you can start a fresh page and find people that are organically interested in you as an author. They want to know when you're writing, about your mistakes, about what you learned, tips that you can give away. So I always recommend that unless you had some sort of like huge platform or had like a related business where it's like, okay, I already have this platform, now I'm launching my book and you want to continue that. I say in most cases, it's just better to start fresh unless you already had like an English teacher platform or a librarian or already had something sort of literary related. So I started on Instagram because I already had an Instagram, so that was most comfortable. And at the and not reel based. Like you didn't have to do all the dances and figure out the editing and try to compete with TikTok. So I was just posting about my book. I would post sort of like the day in the life and a lot of like my mishaps and the things that I struggled with and things I would have done differently. And so also I was able to put my Amazon link in my book bio to try to get sales. So I said that social media was my free way of doing marketing. So then TikTok came out. And so of course you can't be a master at all of the social media platforms, but TikTok was new, another way to have a big reach, so I started making TikTok videos. But I didn't want to do all of the dancing. I didn't want to do things out of my comfort zone because I feel like people can tell when you're being inauthentic. And so many people are like, oh, well, what can you do as an author? Like, what are you going to talk about? And so I got on TikTok as an author. And I realized that what people want to see on TikTok is what's in it for me. Like, what can I learn in 30 seconds? My most successful videos would have like tips and things that were helpful, like I would hashtag passive income, work from home, because at the time I was launching during the pandemic. So people were at home looking for free ways to make money because by self-publishing, like people don't know, Amazon is free. Like all you have to do is sort of put your project together and market it, but it's a good way to sort of passively earn your income. So I got on TikTok showing people how to make journals. And it's interesting because journals aren't even sort of my trademark. Like what I want to do is sell girls like me, but the journal content is something I was playing around with where I said, okay, this is a skill I can teach people. So I just screen shared myself in Canva, which is the free version of Canva. There's the Canva Pro, but it's very accessible. I showed sort of how I made the cover, how I added the pages, and how I uploaded it on Amazon for free. And that video sort of went crazy where I was getting, I would get rollover from my TikTok over to my Instagram over a Triumph, or that wrote this book about their family or about their life as a veteran moving across the country and so on. So don't sleep on Twitter. That's a space where, like I said myself, I'm like, okay, I wasn't a big Twitter person previously, and I always thought that it was the pictures and the videos that made a difference, but Twitter is more for storytelling. And it kind of makes sense because, okay, we're authors, so some of us do like to tell stories and type long paragraphs and find sort of our source of news and entertainment on Twitter. So does anyone have any questions so far about any of the platforms I've mentioned?
I'm sorry. So you said the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, and Snapchat, and what else? TikTok.
TikTok.
Okay, those were the ones you mentioned.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mention a few more. I was also gonna mention YouTube and Amazon Author Central. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have it up.
Oh no,
I can like send it to you, or we can connect.
You're fine. I do the same thing, and I just want to make sure that I'm listening and can add to what I do as well.
Sure.
International.
Okay.
Do you do international?
So Amazon allows me to do international. I don't do international shipping through like my website. Just because of sort of like the cost. I'm sure, I know it could be like vastly different by which country, who's just ordering stuff, and I hate to have to go, oh, your shipping's $100. Meanwhile, in that case, I can direct them to Amazon, where Amazon will get it to you quicker and cheaper and so on.
Very cost effective, you're right.
Yeah.
I did for my website to United Kingdom, it was $85.
Wow.
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna give you this link. And
and maybe if it's a school and there's like a bulk order or something, or you can work something out, but just for a book or two, it's really difficult. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. You can lose out as a self-published author.
Oh, okay. I don't want to go, but I just got something smart.
Oh yeah, other people could have these questions too.
The Amazon also, but they don't tell you as a published author. If you know your ISBN, their affiliates, you could just like go into the library and say, hey, my ISBN number is this, can you order my books for your shelves? And they may say no, but I'm an old person, so at the library, how they pull up the catalog, your books are in that catalog.
As long as you own your ISBN
number, yes.
Yes.
So know that number like you know your social security number if you are a published author.
I call that your book social security number. number, because that's same for like the Barnes and Noble and basically any bookstore. Yeah, when you own your own ISBN, that's yours to take it anywhere. As many places as you can go.
So just to be an expert, like is that the way that authors interact, is like by telling people how to self-publish or how to write, like giving people that kind of information, or if there's another way to do it?
So I say it's a bit of a mix, because I try not to market myself as an expert. I do more as, I'll tell you everything that I know. I try to market myself as being transparent, and if I don't know, I can connect you to a resource. Because one thing at this point, like I am really well connected, and it's like if I don't know how to do it, I know someone who does. Because I started doing like publishing consultations, and I was hesitant because I'm like, I'm not an expert, but I was making videos and people were asking, so it's like, okay, like I can definitely meet with you and explain to you this particular thing that I'm doing. And so it's like a lot of times I'll talk about marketing, or if people have like specific questions about like the illustrators or diverse books or something like that. So yeah, just to answer your question, I just try to be transparent and authentic. But a lot of times people have asked like, oh, I'll pay you to publish my whole book, and I'm like, I'm not publishing other people's books right now, and so I can refer you to my friend that's doing that, or my friend that will do your ads for you, or this and that. But I'm happy to meet with you and have a conversation. I like to coach people, like we can touch base like every couple weeks and sort of have a good relationship. But right now I'm not like, oh, give me all your money and do something, that's how you run into, that's how it lets you know that there are people out there that you can make fast money online. You can get online, I'm like, I could say anything and people could believe it, it's all about how like people are acting and people are being so-and-so. It makes you see how people can scam people out of millions of money, You can say you're an expert at anything these days. So I stick to what I know, because I feel like it could always come out that it's like, she doesn't know that, like why is she? I feel like stuff will always come to light. So yeah, I say it's about being transparent, sharing what you know and sharing your own process, because for everyone it's different. Like for me, my story is like, okay, I do all of this like with my 9 to 5, like I'm trying to do this after work and on the weekends and on my lunch break, and it's like, so that's why I'm not doing like my day in the life all day long, because I'm working. It's not interesting. It's not interesting. Meanwhile, other authors have the perspective of, I wake up at 6 a.m. and start with content and writing, and it's great. It's really inspiring to see, because I know some authors that are doing it full time, and they say it's like a job. Like people sort of like, oh, you don't work, and she's like, no, I have my meetings with people. I need to make sure I sell this many books a month. Like this is a full routine. I try to think of it as a part-time job for me, because it's like okay, I have to make sure I have enough motivation to do this after work, or else it just doesn't get done, or else it just won't get done. In the military, this is my friend that can publish your whole book for you, and you don't even have to think about it, right? And so that's what I like about social media. I feel like I have all these friends that I haven't met yet, and sometimes I do get to meet them in person. So it's like fun. You can try to go to like a book festival or stuff like this and just try to get out and see people. But otherwise, social media is sort of like the freest. It depends on how you use it, but it's the most free way to still connect with people.
I have a question.
Sure.
Well, kind of two questions that might relate to each other. But how do you stay, I guess, consistent and also have like ready content when maybe like writing or creating is not your primary job? So how are you able to like kind of juggle that, because it's like, oh, I'm consistent, but then when I get busy with this, then it's like for this amount of time I don't post anything, or and it's like I don't really know, or even when I do have time, it's like, oh, I don't know what to post, I don't know how to engage in the small audience that I may have. So how do you like kind of deal with that?
So for me personally, I keep a journal full of ideas, so that when I'm just doing my normal scrolling, if I find relevant reels, I write them down, and I save the sound. For a lot of times I'll be on my personal page and I'll send it to my author page, and I'll save the sound and I'll write it down saying with like my little quote about, oh, do this for this, so that when I am sitting down to do my social media, by then I can have like a whole list of 10 reels I want to get through for the week. And sometimes I get through them, most of the time I don't. But if I was able to get like 5 or 6 of those and save those as a draft, and even if you can get like your caption and hashtag ready, because like you can set all of that up to where all you have to go do is press publish. Or you can use Canva can schedule your post for you on Instagram. I don't believe it schedules reels, But I know my Canva Pro can schedule posts. So you could have, like if you're going on a trip, you could have 30 days full of content planned. Also Hootsuite, I know like a lot of corporate companies use that to schedule their tweets and so on. Like you see these companies tweeting, a lot of times it's scheduled, except when you see them going back and forth and all the craziness. Obviously it's not, but a lot of times I believe it's scheduled. You know, they set tweets up to go out at 9, 12, and 3, and that worked for me sometimes. Like when I was, I'm like, okay, I can't do this while I work it all. I had to find that balance of, okay, it's lunchtime, let me post this and go back to what I was doing, and it helps if I had that as a draft. And it's also, like I said, sometimes you can get overwhelmed, and I try not to put too much pressure on myself. I can't always do the 2, 3, 4 times a day posting schedule because it just doesn't work for my lifestyle, right?
It is. I'm hot right now.
But at least you look good in the dress.
Oh, period. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. My name is Brittany Kristen. I'm a culture commentator. I'm a storyteller, a podcaster, a mom, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But enough about me. Today we've got an amazing conversation with two for the occasion that we're celebrating here. Black Writers Weekend would not be here if it were not for Tamika Newhouse. She's a 12-time author, award recipient of 8 times. She's a producer, a CEO, just a badass queen. And this next person needs no introduction. I'm sure you all are very familiar with this powerhouse. Comedian, actress, social media personality, author in her own right, and serial entrepreneur. Everybody give it up for Miss B. Simone. Oh man, let me see. Let me get up in here, in the middle here. Come on, Brent. Am I right here? No, you in there. You need a cushion. You need a cushion. Okay. All right. Y'all doing all right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Howdy, guys.
Okay, so today we're going to dream out loud. We're going to talk a little bit about how both of these storytellers that came from characteristically different paths have so much in common, and then we're going to get all the gems and the nuggets that you guys have for us today, okay? All right, I'm ready. So, to my left, we have a traditional storyteller, right, to the left. Shout out to the Renaissance, honey.
I know, right?
Tell me. A traditional storyteller in the fact that you actually write books, right? And then to my right, you are also a storyteller, and in this new day and age, we have so many other platforms and media outlets to tell our stories. You seem to master them all.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yo, you know what you're doing. You have to know.
Like I can't believe y'all was nice. I like
trying to figure it out.
I love it. I love it. So let's just hop right in. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about your origin stories, about how you got started in telling stories, and I'm gonna start with you first.
Oh, well, I tell people often that I did not get into writing. It's like people are born to sing and they may naturally know how to act. I know how to naturally tell stories, and I've been telling stories since I was 9, 10 years old. Ever since I could actually formulate sentences, I fell in love with storytelling because I was a weird child. I grew up as a PK kid, so I really couldn't connect with other children my age so easily. So I actually just started writing stories, and those characters became my friends.
Wow.
Does that sound weird?
Instead of imaginary
No,
friends.
it sounds cool.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, they were imaginary too. You know, I used to talk to them, so we had conversations.
At least she didn't talk to herself, because I be talking to myself.
Hey, I did that too. I still do that. I look in the mirror, ooh, hey Mika, you looking
Right, you know, yeah, I still do that. Now, for you, I know that you didn't necessarily say that you wanted to do what you're doing now,
Yeah.
but how did you even get the guts to even be able to live your story out loud and be transparent to tell?
Well, I started off doing music. I was in my first girl group when I was 15, and I moved to Atlanta from Dallas, Texas to pursue music. I was putting out music, and then, Instagram allowed the videos. So I started doing comedy videos, and the videos would get way more views than the music. People was like, we do not want to hear you sing. Please, just make us laugh. So I followed what the consumer and what my audience wanted from me without compromising my morals and who I was. I loved making people laugh. So I just followed that, and it took off from social media.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So for myself, I told you guys that I'm a storyteller as well. And if I'm being completely transparent, sometimes I have a problem with, well, not a problem, but I get nervous about like speaking my full truth in front of people, If it's just me and my girls and a glass of wine, it's cool. You know, I can tell you everything you need to know, but as soon as that camera is in front of me, whether it's my phone or like this one over here trying to catch me on the good side, sometimes it does make me freeze up a little bit, you know. And in your respective, well, you do so many different things as well as far as telling stories, but with telling stories behind a pen,
Yeah.
you kind of sort of get a piece of reprieve because your face isn't actually in the place. I mean, your name is on the book, but you don't get a chance to.
My journey is a little bit unique because of platforms like Black Writers Weekend. I purposely put myself out there so that I could bring in resources and opportunities for writers. So it does require me to actually have my face out there, which I don't always like. I like food more than people, and I'm still kind of working on the people part. But for me, we kind of dealt with this. Well, you don't know. But I've dealt with the cancel culture where people want to judge you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Tell me a story about cancel culture, because who was canceling you?
Girl, some writers, you know, some hate writers and stuff. But there was like this dispute. And so I always like to stress the importance of knowing the business. Because when you do not know the business, then you assume certain things, and then you'll talk at the mouth, and people tend to want to use social media as the court. Versus if you have a real case, well, take me to court. Don't just try to sit online and you know, try to talk out the mouth and hopefully that I punk out and I just do what you want, you know, or you know, things like that. So I have experienced that with writers before, and even on my podcast, I talk about my experience with Black Writers Weekend. Although I do love doing, you know, this work, it also does come with a lot.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of me. And I have dealt with a lot of interesting people that have not always been kind and nice. So I have experienced the ugly parts, but also the beautiful parts of storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Real.
real.
The question? Was there a question?
I mean, yeah, you got there. I'm sliding over to you, B.
I'm like, what was the question?
We talked about, you know, being able to tell your story unabashedly.
Oh, being yourself.
Being
Okay,
yourself.
Yeah.
In front of whoever.
Yeah.
When did you have to be comfortable at this point because you are so open, you know, on all of your platforms. But when the camera goes off, like how does that feel? What kind of effect does that have on you to be so open and to not always be well received and understood?
I actually love being open. I think the opposite scared me so much that it forced me to walk in my truth because I was so scared of trying to keep up a facade. Because once you get the Rolex, you all right, that one's gonna be old, you gotta get the next one. Once you get the Rolls Royce, you gotta get the next one. And once you get the Louis bag, you gotta get, and I do have those nice things, but I started off in my Toyota. I still don't even have a car. I haven't had a car for like 3 years. I don't like to drive. I like convenience. I like to Uber. So I do what works for me. I don't do what works for the masses. I do what works for me. People still don't understand. Why don't you have a car? I'm like, I don't want a car. Like, I almost bought a G-Wagon and it would have been sitting in my apartment. I don't even own land yet. That doesn't make sense to me. So I got a condo for it. Like, I do what works for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, all my videos, everything, my whole journey is still on YouTube. If you go back, I'm literally on YouTube crying in a rundown basement off Industrial Parkway. Like, my basement flooded, I slept on the floor for 6 months. It's all on YouTube. And I just always lived in my truth in that moment, whatever it is in that moment. Because I was scared to have to always keep up with a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of applaud you on that because even when I had my low moments kind of like that,
Yeah.
I didn't really share that. I would talk about it, but
Yeah.
actually showing it,
Yeah.
I applaud you on that because
Thank
that takes
you.
a lot to not even feel, I guess, embarrassed
Yeah.
or like a failure.
I think what scared me was like, I already said it. And that came with comedy too. Like, I already roasted myself. So if you say it,
You can't say
I
you
already
did
said it.
that.
I already said I ain't got a bed.
Yeah.
I already said I got a Toyota. I already said I had 3 hubcaps on my Toyota. I already said it. So you can say it all you want. I already said it. Like, it doesn't, yes, I punch myself first and live in my truth first. So if you want to come, yeah. And I think that came from comedy, making fun of myself. So I
What
think
you
it made
just
fun of
said,
myself.
that right there was a nugget. When you own up to it, or when you claim it first, you really have a chance, a way to maintain your power, to keep your power. Because there's nothing that nobody else can say or tell me about myself if I already told you.
I already said.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
This is key for storytelling because you have to be transparent. You have to be relatable.
Yep.
And even on the testimony part, even if it saying it out loud, you'd be like, ooh. But if it's for someone else, then without it being said, then the people, the impact, the reach that it would have had would never be there.
Honestly, your hardship is for everybody else. I think that those dark moments, those low moments are teaching moments. And you're supposed to share that, especially when you know that there's a bigger calling on your life and there's a bigger purpose. You actually have to own up to the fact that all these things that you have experienced, they are meant to be shared. Because you're supposed to be of influence to other people. They're supposed to take your experiences and apply it to their life and then do it. Almost as if you are when you parent your babies. You don't want your babies to fall behind you and make those same mistakes, so you oversee them, you guide them, and you try to tell them the things that they can't actually see or comprehend. Right. So yes, your low moments, essentially, you're supposed to use them. You're supposed to put them out there. And I promise you, when you don't, because honestly, God doesn't test and try the weak. And honestly, when you are built for more, then those trials and those burdens are bigger than, other people. Because there's a bigger purpose, and you have to be able to maintain that level of success when you do climb up there. So it is meant for you to share, and when you do not share, sometimes God gonna get you, and He'll push you to where you can talk.
Right. Majority of the first half of that pregnancy, I was like, not feeling it, right? But one day, I went into this black-owned bookstore on the east side. It's called Black Dot Community Center. Shout out to black-owned businesses. And I got a purse, like a little canvas bag, and it said, change your thoughts, change your mind. I mean, change your life.
Change your mind, change your life.
Change your mind, change your life.
That's it.
And it may have been like a series of events that led me to that point, but seeing those words right there at that time was so impactful for me. And I literally decided that day in that bookstore that I would change my mind about my current situation. And it was a snowball effect from there. My baby is 5, she starts school on Monday, and life just gets infinitely better every single day. Mm-hmm. So the question for you all, what was the determining thought or series of thoughts that actually changed your life?
That's a really broad question, but I'll just
try to pinpoint.
I feel like my mindset has always been positive. I feel like God gave me that gift. Some
And
people
it is a gift.
It's a gift. I feel like I was always, when I was on the floor, I'm like, it's okay, this is temporary. Like, I would cry. Don't get me wrong. I was like, I'm hungry. A little shiver every now and then. I knew it was temporary.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think God just gave me that gift. In any situation, I know it's temporary. Like, I go back to, like, I put this, like, I compare it to working out. Like, when you're working, you know it's going to be over. Like, as bad as it hurts, as hard as it is, as much as it burns, at the end of the day, you made it through another workout. Like, I feel like my mind has always worked like that. So I just try to feel like that. And with the happy times, too. It's like, when you're happy, enjoy that shit.
Okay.
Enjoy it, live in the moment, like, be happy because it's temporary also, so just living in the moment. I think my mind has always worked like that, so I try to keep that practice. It's temporary. If it's bad, it's temporary. If I'm happy, it's temporary. So be happy, Yeah.
What about for you?
Well, personally, it had to be, because I've had a lot of low moments. I've experienced a lot of trauma back to back from 14 all the way up to about 27. And then going into my 30s, I was transitioning from, I guess, trying to be so free, in a sense, and really kind of buckle down, and life was really throwing me curveballs. So everything that I was trying to accomplish, I wasn't getting at.
Yeah.
And so my mindset was, well, if I sit still, and if I just allow this to kind of just fester, and I just feel bad, or I feel like, oh, God has beat me up, why me, why he doing this? Nothing's going to change. That's what I just keep telling myself. I just keep like this. I can stay like this. I can be depressed, and I can be upset about my circumstances, or I can find a solution.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't have anybody else to fall back on. No one is going to come and save Tamika. So I have to figure out a way to dust myself off, even when I was tired, even when I was depressed or sad or frustrated or angry. I still focus on solution and logic.
Yeah.
Because your emotions will get you caught up.
Every time.
And I had to really focus, okay, so if I don't get up off my ass, my bills aren't gonna get paid. if I don't, straighten up my mood, my children, who are they gonna really depend on?
Yeah, right.
So I mean, I just have to pick it up, and sometimes it sucks because we do want to just cry and just lay down and just be lazy and just not have to do
And I do that too.
Rest.
I do all of that. Actually, you can do that. I cry, I'm lazy, I procrastinate, I have those moments.
Like, stay there for
I still do that.
That
I
procrastination
still do
got me in a
that.
chokehold.
And then it ties into that whole that strong black woman
Oh, let's get into it.
stigma. And I don't, cause I don't like to be, I don't like
try to
that.
cry
I mean,
once a
be
week.
strong all the time, right?
Right. I was having a thought. I told you guys about my daughter. When she grows up, I'm a single mom for now.
I know that's right. For now.
Period. For now. But I always think about like what she's gonna say when she gets older about her mom, right? And I don't want her to say, "Oh, my mom was a strong black woman." Okay, because we already know I'm black. I mean, you can add that in there. But I don't want her to have this connotation like my mom had to do this. Everything was stacked against her, so she had no reason else to be strong. Because especially black women, like we're so much more than just the strong resilience that we have to show that we're forced to be. So instead of being the strong black woman, let's give ourselves some other adjectives, and I'm gonna ask y'all some stories about that, or some deeper questions about that. So instead of someone referring to you as a strong black woman, how would you prefer to be referred to?
I'm vulnerable, I'm honest, I'm healing, I am sensitive, I'm emotional, I am also a dreamer, I'm successful, and I use all of those things to build myself up and press forward, so I am human. That's what I am.
Period. Yeah.
So you take all of those things. Yes, we have moments where we're strong. Yes, we have moments where we're not, and we need help, and we cry. And I was like, I try to cry once a week. Not even like I literally plan my cries. I'm like, you know what? I haven't cried in 7 days.
You be playing
What? I let it out. I'm like, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Sometimes I turn on gospel and I cry because I'm happy.
Praise and worship. Yeah,
Like,
that
but
gets me
I
every
be
time.
letting it out. Like, I let the emotions out. I sit in my feelings and I acknowledge them. And these are things that I've learned.
Yeah.
I'm not like a guru. I don't know. The word depression and anxiety is such a trend right now. And those words have never came out of my mouth probably till 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Or, like these are all new words because now we have the platform to talk about it. But it is real, right? So I don't want to ever live in that. So whatever I feel it, I acknowledge it, I live in it, and then I let it go.
Yeah. Words to live by, for sure. And words, instead of saying strong black woman for you, instead, how would you like to be?
Well, the first word that comes to mind is optimistic, because I always try to keep an open mind about life in general. Especially when, all these things that was happening back to back were supposed to just tear me down and break me down. I stayed optimistic about better times, better days. As you keep saying, it's temporary. And I know it's temporary, but while you're in it, nobody want to hear that.
Temporary be so long though.
Yeah, we don't want to hear
It
that.
can be. Temporary can be 5 days, temporary can be 5
5
years.
years.
I
Yeah.
most recently, and I ain't gonna tell it all, but I had a and it was temporary.
Oh, girl, you ain't gonna talk about it?
I ain't gonna talk.
Okay.
She gonna force me to say it.
Come
Okay.
on.
Oh, be so
Okay,
hold on,
can we
now.
talk about it instead?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys, because we're talking about being vulnerable and dreaming out loud and telling our stories,
Yeah.
right? You guys would not know this, but Monday morning, after I just accepted a new position, I was on the way downtown to do my I-9.
The new position, tell them where you want.
I just accepted, I did 6 years of education in DeKalb County, simultaneously doing communications and media marketing for small businesses to large businesses, corporations, you name it, I've done it all. I've transitioned from high school education to higher education, so I'll be starting at Georgia Tech next week. I'll be starting in the Vice Provost's office, graduate studies, doing the marketing and communications for their program. Leaving Georgia Tech's campus, I went across the street, got myself a cute little something to eat at another little black-owned restaurant, Virgil, check them out. Got on 20, headed back to the east, hopped on the phone with Tamika, and I got pulled over by a state trooper.
Okay.
He got me for having my cell phone in my hand. Turns out that I had a bench warrant for my arrest for a failure to appear in court about 3 years ago before the pandemic.
Jesus.
Well, because I'm a very I'm very analytical. Like, if you know me, then you know that I'm gonna have all my receipts all the time. Like, CYA, cover your ass for everything. Even if it's paid, hang on to it. There was no reason why I should have been flagged in the system. Okay? I had to go down to DeKalb County Jail. I have my proof that I had paid what needed to be paid, and that that everything was closed out through confirmation number, the name of the clerk who did it and everything, but the system had not been updated. And they can blame it on COVID if they want to. So I had to spend the night in the big house. And y'all look at me, I'm not trying to be in nobody's jail. Not me. That was the longest temporary I could even imagine.
And I was on the phone when it happened. I was like, oh Lord. And she wasn't picking up the phone, y'all, so I just started praying because we don't need no more situations. But
No.
I just knew she was gone, y'all, because when they go to voicemail, that means they
I
locked
just
up,
kept thinking about Sandra and Tamika Holmes. And, yeah, it was
Instant fear.
instant
Yeah.
fear.
It's just programmed now. Like
Instant.
it's instant fear.
Instant.
Fear.
Completely.
Yeah, and to get pulled over for
for
phone in your
something,
hand.
right. The
Yeah.
ticket was dismissible. It was a $50 ticket. I had something to mount my phone, so it doesn't even matter. But the fact that, and for whatever reason that God put me through it, the fact that the temporary was so short in retrospect, but in the moment it felt so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did pray. I did praise and worship. I did meditate. I did
Yeah.
try to focus myself. But once you do all of that, then what? That's my question.
You
for
wait it out. You
Yeah.
wait for the change and you do your part.
Yep, and you keep doing it.
Yeah, you do
And you
your
stay
part.
there and you keep doing it and you keep doing it. And I don't know your spirituality, I'm not religious, I'm
God
spiritual,
and
but
spiritual. Yes.
the closer you are to God, the easier it is to hear his voice. Maybe if you way down the street, you can't hear him calling you. You can't hear him saying go left, go right, go up, go down, stay, move. So the closer you are to him, the easier it is to hear him. You know, you keep yearning to get close to him, to get close to him, to get close to him. Decisions will become easier, waiting will become easier, sitting there in confusion will become easier because you're listening to him, you know. So I have to practice that still to this day. Sometimes I don't know what to do, you know, but you keep doing that. You keep doing it. And everything don't work for everybody. I still have to figure that out. At first, for me, it was like, oh, I'm working out. Now it ain't really the gym no more. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, okay, this ain't really taking away my stress no more like that.
Yeah.
You know, you add something to it. Maybe it's, you keep finding different things and trying new things and figure out what works for you.
That's real.
Still to the
My
mind.
voice is kind of loud. So
Get it, girl. She got a classroom for you.
So listen, this is Marie Simone. I've been sitting here thinking about it. Well, actually, I've been thinking about it for a long time. You caught a lot of flack
Yeah.
when you said that you wanted someone who didn't work a 9 to 5, that you wanted
Yes.
an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I felt like the buzz was so loud about
Uh-huh.
that, but you cleared it up.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like it was so quiet what your excuse was, and I thought you had the most beautiful excuse for
Yeah.
it. I want you to speak on, if you can,
Yeah.
why you think black women are held so, why black women are criticized so strongly when we have the audacity to want more?
Because we
That's a
don't
great
want
question.
more for ourselves, I feel like. We don't go that extra mile. We're already pre-programmed to think we can't obtain it, to think we're not worthy, to think it's not possible. So we have to start believing and chasing and being intentional. And that is what I can have. Even with the 9 to 5 comment, God will embarrass you to use you. Let me tell you, he will embarrass you to use you. Literally, I use that whole bit. I do a 40-minute stand-up set. I'm on tour right now. And at the end, I talk about that 9 to 5 comment. And this is what I do. At the end of that stand-up set, I say, clap if you have a 9 to 5. Everybody in the audience claps. 90%, right? There's some entrepreneurs, they clap. And I say, that's great. Y'all are the hardest working people in the nation. I had a 9 to 5 less than 3 years ago. I worked, I had 3 jobs. I was doing hair, I was waitressing, I was doing all this stuff. I get it. Y'all have to work to live. You have to take care. I'm not saying quit your job and live under a bridge. I'm not saying that. I get it. And then I say, clap if you would love to be there the next 20 years. Out of the whole everybody is silent. Maybe 2 or 3 people. That is my point. You're not walking in your purpose. You're so unhappy. You're sitting there behind a desk, and I'm living my dream every day. And I'm not saying that is everybody. If you are walking in your purpose and you love your job, I'm not fucking talking to you. purpose driven. I get it when I was there, but I knew it was temporary. You use that as a stepping stone. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to have your own daycare center, you want to be an actress, but you're too scared to step out on faith and do it. I'm not dating a man like that. And if he is at his 9 to 5 and he's happy and he's successful, glory be to God, we can walk in our purpose together. But most people that have 9 to 5s are stuck in a system, and I get it. I understand that, and I don't believe everybody should be an entrepreneur. I don't. But if you are walking in your purpose and you behind a desk, glory be to God. If you're not, I can't fuck with that. Excuse my language. Can I cuss? Walking the truth, walking the truth.
Walking the truth. You might cuss a little bit true.
I'm just so passionate about that because my point is walk in your purpose and money will come. And it took me a long time to find mine, right? I always felt like I was walking in mine in different seasons of my life. Now I feel like what I'm doing is the most purposeful thing I've ever done in my whole career of entertainment, which is my podcast. Because it shows, I feel like God created me for that. But you gotta find your purpose. And it's usually not behind a desk, slaving and being unhappy and going home and kicking the damn dog because you're pissed.
Yeah, and I don't mean to take up too much time. I just think that people miss what you were trying to say because you're a woman. Because I felt like if a man said exactly what you said, people would understand.
And I don't think
And then I said that.
And real quick, I'm gonna let this go. I don't think they missed it because I'm a woman. They missed it because they were triggered.
Yeah.
Because most of the people that were offended have a 9 to 5 that they're not happy with. So you missed it because that is something internal you have to work on. The people that didn't get offended understand it because they're either walking in their purpose or they love their job, they're successful. It ain't got nothing to do with money. Unfortunately, every man I've dated, I've made more money than. Unfortunately, shit. My dumb ass be dating because of love. Because I like his stupid ass. No. So, it's not about money for me. I want you to walk in your purpose. I want to walk in mine. And when we come together, we have to have a purpose-driven relationship together. So a man that doesn't know his purpose scares me.
Yeah, it is a big red flag.
Yeah.
No purpose, no plan, no action, no time.
Beautifully said.
That was.
Hi, my name is Danielle Reed. Thank you so much for this conversation. Again, also thank you for Black Arts Weekend. My question is also for Ms. B. Simone. What is some of the best business advice you've been given? I've been following you since lip gloss, all your businesses, everything. What is some of the best business advice you were given?
Well, it wasn't really advice. It was my personal experience. I don't have advice. I'm just going to tell you my truth. I made the most money I had ever made in 2020, right before the whole cancel thing happened. I became a millionaire. Next 30 days, B. Simone Beauty made $1 million in 30 days. The numbers, it was mind-blowing. Got canceled, whole life changed. I had the most depressed year of my life after I became a millionaire. Oh, it was dark. I'm still slowly coming out of that, right? And finding my happiness. I said all that to say it was the quickest money I ever made. It was so quick. I would give it back if it cost me that damn piece for that year. $1 million in 30 days. The next month, guess how much B. Simone Beauty made? 10 grand.
Wow.
After all this stuff in the media, you're a plagiarist, you're this, you're that, I can still barely even talk about it. Yes, I talked about it publicly. That's still on YouTube if you want to see the reasoning and everything behind that. Those girls weren't lying, but I didn't know, whatever. I had the worst year of my life. So I said all that to say, longevity. Stop rushing to money. The quickest money and the most money I ever made was so quick and it cost me my peace of mind. I don't care if it's gonna take me 4 years to get to 8 million. I don't care if it's gonna take me a decade to get to 20. I don't need it in a month. If it's gonna cost me my peace, I was overlooking stuff with the book. I didn't check over people I hired work and it cost me my name, my character, publicly. It cost me money. I had to pay all these girls money because it was true. Right? So I was overlooking stuff, rushing. So do not be patient. Be patient and the money will come. Quick money will leave as quick as you get it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's gems, y'all.
And my question is, either one of you can answer it. So myself being a generational wealth person who's breaking the curse in the family, I want to know, how was it to let go of those family members? How did it feel? Was it an overwhelming abandonment? Was it an overwhelming abandonment feeling that you felt, and how long did it take you to get out of that?
Okay, so because I was the only one in my family that left my hometown, and I actually pursued my dreams, like I spoke at 12 years old that I was going to be a famous authoress and moved to Atlanta. And I actually made those dreams come true, but then it became this narrative that Tamika's all that. Or if they have something that they need a bill paid, or then like, can't you go do what you would do if I had no money? Right. Like, so I would get those obligations, or people felt that they were entitled to my success. It's my money. And so because though I care a lot, I love my family, I do. And I wanted everybody to be okay. So in the beginning, cool. And sometimes for me, it felt almost like I was relieving, some heaviness where I was able to help my family. But then they began to expect that. And that's where the problem started. So as soon as I started saying no though, because when it came time for Tamika to really want to do some stuff for herself, ain't nobody around to help Tamika do nothing, even now. Like, I mean, a couple years ago, I needed help with my bills. Nobody was around. Yep. I'm like, excuse me? But I was, Tamika called. Right, when I was paying y'all bills and bailing you out of jail, like, y'all, you can't give me $50? And $50 is what I needed then, y'all. I didn't have, it was to a point where I had like nothing. Like I was stuck in my funk, and I could not earn, I could not function or anything like that. And so as soon as I started saying no, those real characteristics started coming out. Like I really started seeing who they really were, and that hurt my feelings. Because I love hard, I love heavy, so my world started getting real quiet. So I had to start really dealing with this. And so this is like real life circumstances that I had to deal with. Now I'm good, I'm cool, but my phone line is still dry. Nobody still comes and visit, but I'm at peace. I'm at the most happiest I've ever been. Because I've cut off the leeches, I've cut off the negativity. And granted, it was hard, saying no and cutting ties, but then sticking to it. Because when they get used to your yes, and you start saying no, they're gonna try you again. It's just bad. They gonna keep coming back. That's a book by itself.
Let me tell you something real quick. If anybody, I just learned this recently, they ask you for money, say, okay, find a place where you can add value and I'll pay you for it.
Okay. They gonna handle
So, I literally this happened recently with my cousin. I said, you need $1,500, find a place in my life where you can add $1,500. Where
Who needs that much money?
Because I know what it's
I get around my family, I'm like, but let me tell you, I love what she did. She said, you always out of town. You did it. Now she watches my dog and cleans my house when I'm out of town. She cleans my house twice a month, and she watches my puppy.
She understood that.
She now she's on payroll. I pay her monthly. So find a place where you can add. I didn't even know I needed that, right? I mean, I didn't even realize how much I needed that. So next time somebody find a place where you can add value, whether it ain't even got to be physical labor. Do you have any ideas?
So that's the mindset of I can't.
Find a place. What cousin, auntie? What are you good at? What are you good at? Okay, you a painter. You a this? Okay, no. I need some art in my house. Something. Use your gift. Find a place where you can add value, and I'll pay you for it.
I'm gonna use that. You too. Because I was just straight up. Right. That was like good. That was a good one.
I know we are pushed for time, so I'm going to give you 3 queens that are standing already, and I can do one more person after that, then we have to wrap it up. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for this conversation. Mika, you had like a writer's workshop at the coffee shop, and I went and since then I wrote poetry.
Oh yeah! Okay, so y'all, I do this creative wellness group where I bring in aspiring writers to, to talk about, any and everything. And often a lot of them are not published or they're afraid to write. So I'm excited that, hey, put your book out and
It's open conversation. Honestly, you guys touched on so many points I didn't even think I needed. So my question is, I know we talk about living in our truth, and like this sounds pretty like easy, but it's always like, okay, I'll do that once I get here. What do you recommend? Like, where do you start with that? Do you talk to family? Do you make a YouTube video? Like, hey, like, what do you do to live in that? Like, even if it's not the most pretty thing,
It's not easy, to be honest. Dreaming out loud is absolutely not easy. Now, to get started, in a sense, like to make that decision, like this is what I want to do, that's the easy part. I mean, I said it. But now you have to put all the pieces together to manifest and to make it work. But then when you make it work, then you got to put more pieces together to maintain it. And then what are you going to do in between time when you have to continue to invest in your dream? You got to pay bills. You got to take care of yourself. You may have other obligations. Like I was a single mom. Like I used to take my children on the road with me just to make this thing work. So there is no right way, and you probably tap into this, but there's no blueprint. And not thinking about the end game, like thinking about the steps to get to that end game, and focusing on just those steps one at a time, that's honestly how I get through the weekend, y'all. Because this whole weekend, I didn't even sleep last night. I did not even fall asleep, not one little Z came across my body. Because I was processing all the moving pieces. So I would just say, just find a way to make it all make sense for you. Create a logical plan. Not an unrealistic one. Okay, I want to make 10,000 this month. I want to make $1 million this year. Okay, I want to start this guy. And then you can't start everything all at once. So I'm sorry. I'm let you go.
I have a lot of thoughts. I don't want to hold up too much time. That's it. And with walking in your truth, being honest with yourself. Hey y'all, good morning. Da-da-da. I'm not happy today, Instagram. I'm not really feeling it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for, showing up. I know there's some people out there that's feeling just like me. And if you do that for 7 days in a row, that's your truth. Or if you're off Instagram for 7, that's your truth. But if you're going, hey y'all, good morning. What's up, Instagram? Are you being honest with yourself? So start by being honest with yourself to walk in your truth. Every single day can look different, and every single day can be honest. And if you don't want to share that, just don't hop on social media. Yeah.
Can I say one thing to what she said?
Sure.
I just wanted to say, everything that they said, one of the most important things is to also remember not to be concerned about how everybody is going to receive whatever. That's it. And congratulations.
Let me say that on the mic so we can get down the recording. So she said, do not be worried about other people and what they think. It was something around that.
How they're going to receive it.
How they're going to receive it.
Yeah. Because the right people will receive it. And the people that don't, it ain't for them. It's not for them. It's not for them. If you reach one person and that was your purpose, sorry, you were called for that one person. So yeah.
You gotta be okay with not being liked. Yeah, be okay with sitting in the room by yourself. You like you. Like you gotta be okay sometimes where ain't nobody around but you. Like how do you feel when it's really just you? Sitting by yourself, like at home or wherever the case may be, if you're in the tub, but how do you feel when it's just you? Focus on that feeling. If it ain't right, that's what you need to be working on.
So I just wanted to say thank you so much. And I'm actually going to dream out loud. How can I book either one of you for my podcast that I have coming out? Just turned 30 this year. Over the last couple of years, I'm gonna be honest, shit has been kind of fucked up. So I just came here on the bus out of a whim and dreaming out loud.
Keep dreaming out loud, because that's what you're doing.
So, it's just been terrible for the last couple of years, just straight terrible, I'm gonna be honest with you. So, I just came
came from Memphis, Tennessee. Used my last money, overdraft to get here.
I've been there too.
What's your name?
Oprah Pay.
Okay. And you 29?
Huh?
You say you're 29?
So
You're about to be 30. Okay, okay.
So I just turned 30, so I was just like, you know what? Everything just going fucked up in the city. I had nothing else to lose. So
Yeah.
here it is. Let me just dream out loud. And so, how can I book either one of you for a podcast?
What's in my question?
I'll give you my email as soon as I get off stage.
Likewise. That was easy, huh? Jump the podcast stage. Oh yeah, well, we gotta support the podcast. What's the name of the podcast? This is 30. Where can we stream it? All streaming platforms?
So my social media platform will be starting this Saturday.
Okay.
So it's gonna be called This Is 30 Podcast.
Okay,
Perfect.
good for you.
Good luck. I'm proud of you. Look at you taking risks. Mama baby. One more question we have for you.
So this is for both of you guys. How do you feel so happy you're here? You're very inspiring from day one. Thank you, all of you, honestly. So I really wanted to know how you deal with, we're already double minorities as Black women. So how do you deal and stand up for yourself and really balance you being vulnerable, but then also just getting it handed to you from every which side, no matter what you're doing, what you're going for, like how do you balance, I guess your mental and emotional health. And I know that's not a linear question, right?
Yeah.
It's different for everyone.
Right.
But, and I hate saying like best practices again, because it's different for everyone, but I guess anything that you feel that's on your heart that you should say right now,
Yeah.
I think I'll receive it.
Okay.
Well, honestly, because again, it does look different for everyone.
Right.
I'm actually putting together a collection of self-love stories. Because honestly, you have to be able to know how you need to receive love and how you need to show love. That way, when you are moving forward in life and you're dealing with everything that life has to offer, you know how to tap into the things that make you happy, the things that bring you peace, the things that bring you joy. And so I would say try different things and actually forget about everything that you set your mind to when you were thinking about goals or job or how to survive as an adult. Tap into that inner child. What were some things that you used to love and enjoy doing when you were young and you didn't have any bills and you didn't have any obligations? Try to tap into those things and actually practice them today. And find other activities and stuff to do. Like, we get so caught up being adults and paying bills and stuff. Like, excuse me, again, I just booked a trip to Greece and I have a cheeks out. Like, you have to do some stuff for you. Like, that is honestly my honest answer that I can give you, is to tap into some things that are going to make you happy and always cater to that inner child. We forget about them. And they're still in us, wanting to tap into the things that made us happy and that brought us peace and brought us joy. Tap into your inner child, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And taking inventory, how you feel when you're in certain environments, people, places, things, taking inventory of your body language, your mood, your feeling, like studying yourself. Like she said, getting to know that inner child. Yesterday, I took my nephew and we did the little indoor skydiving thing. I was terrified, like a damn, but it was like, I would never do this. I went because he's a kid, but I loved it. And it was something, besides being on Instagram and being an entrepreneur, it was something that I would have never done if I wasn't taking him. So trying new things. You don't even know what you like because you don't try shit. It's like, do you like art? I don't know. I've never been to a museum. You might love it. You might be in there and be emotional. You might be inspired. So just trying new things. And I don't know if this really goes with your question, but the double minority, being a woman and being Black, fighting for our voices and certain things, focusing on building your own table, because they will come to you, baby. They will come to you. Instead of trying to get to the Tyler Perry, to the Oprah, they sitting right next. They're in this room, actually. They right here.
That's why I do
you know what I'm saying?
weekend.
So literally looking parallel instead of always looking up. You know, I think focusing on that helped a lot with me building my team.
Aligning with Dreaming Out
Yes. Oh, I want to see it. I do want to see it. Yeah.
Because I'm about to say, what's that? Don't think I'm slow.
Thank you.
Can we get one more? Oh, we gotta wrap it. I'm so sorry. She said she was. I can't tell her no for that. Go ahead, girl.
All right, so I'm Shirley. I'm from Boston.
Okay.
I hope your podcast, Miss Tennessee, goes well. I got some sisters in there too, from Tennessee.
They wrapping us up. You better make it quick.
All right. Okay, so for B. Simone, to add value, your outfit is fire.
She's like, you look at
okay. You did a clothing line. I would definitely rock that because I do a fashion blog on my IG. And for Miss Newhouse, as one writer to another, if you need somebody to add resources for writers, I'm a wealth of information and I can add value to Black Writers Weekend.
All right, let's get
Put y'all right here. I don't want to feel like I'm. Oh my gosh, this rain, y'all. And you know, I'm supposed to be there talking about my writing. I'm supposed to be there talking about Justice for Nino because I'm like very, very like, you know, proud of that story and I want to promote it and get more people to read it. And if you don't know what Justice for Nino is, it's basically a miraculous ladybug fan fiction that doesn't feel like it. It's a Hawknat story. But basically, okay. If you watch Miraculous Ladybug, you gonna understand everything that I'm saying. If you don't, fuck that rain. Let me get closer to the mic. But basically, if you understand Adrianette basically has 4 parts to it. You have the Adrianette section, you have the Mary Cat section, you have the Lady Noir section, and then you have the Ladrian section. Gabe Nat has that shit too. You have Gabe, Yura. You have Gabe Yura, you have Hawk Yura, you have Hawk Nat, and then you have Gabe Nat. And then the subsection of Gabe Nat I wanted to do was I just wanted to do Hawk Nat. It's Gabe Nat and Hawk Nat. You gotta read the story for when it turns into Gabe Nat. But I'm just like, I'm really nervous about talking about that story. I worked really hard on it and I printed out my business cards and everything for it. But like, a part of me is just like, you don't do well in party settings. You're gonna be uncomfortable. So I think I'm just gonna go. I think I'm gonna go get me something. I'm gonna give me a treat though, because I was really nervous today about coming. Because y'all know how I've been really like cautious about everything and everyone. I had a really good time though. I really did enjoy it. Like I said, I'm most likely not going to be able to come tomorrow, unfortunately, because y'all, I'm not, like I said, like Big Simone was talking about, I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I just kind of don't really have the time to, you know, do this and that and the third. And I love to stay the whole weekend, but I just genuinely can't because, you know, my own schedule. Because I have to do I got to do the photo shoot tomorrow for my store and all of that. And I'm just very stressed out about that because I have to get that inventory on the site as soon as I can. But I have to get the promotions for it out first. And I'm just really, really stressed. But I don't know. I'm really proud about Justice for Nino, but when it comes to me talking about my work, like my actual work, because I got like this one, because I was supposed to be talking about the progenies and all of that. Like, I have all of that stuff packed in my bag, but I'm just really like nervous, and I want to be like, you know, open and transparent with you guys, like, you know, my audience, and like B. Simone and Tamika Newhouse were talking about, you kind of have to be like open and transparent. And I'm being honest, I'm really nervous to talk to people about my own work. Like, I'd be even nervous to talk to people about my YouTube channel. I'd be nervous to talk to people about like my cosplay or like my blog, even my store. Like, even when I had my first pop-up shop the other day, I was so scared to talk about like what my brand means and all of that. But I'm getting better, y'all. I'm trying. Like, I'm still proud of myself for actually getting up and going to this event, because I was so scared about coming in there with my costume line, because, you know, this is not really a cosplay event. But I did that, and I'm proud of me. Like, I'm taking baby steps. Like, I'm proud. But I got this nice little swag bag. They put a book in here, and yeah, we love books. Put another book in here. It's by author Zuri Day. We got some more like stuff. I'm honestly really sad because like I'm just so busy and I'm just not gonna be able to come tomorrow. But I really did enjoy my time here. It was great. we're gonna go to Kroger. We're gonna go to the Kroger off Edgewood because that is like the best Kroger in my opinion in the Atlanta area. There might be another better one there, but I love the Kroger off of Edgewood. So if y'all looking for a good grocery store to go to here, go there. It's big, it's huge, like it's gigantic. They got almost everything up in there. I'm gonna head over there. And then I'll probably come back home. I don't know, because they have like this breakfast sandwich that I love, and I don't know what's been going on with me lately, but the only thing I've been wanting to eat is like breakfast food. I don't know. I may go to Walmart. Or Kroger. I'm trying to think what I want to do. I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm just kind of exhausted right now. Oh my gosh. I'm even scared to drive in this. Like, y'all, this is so sad because I made a Tumblr post talking about how a lot of kids' first bullies be their teachers, and everybody talking about how their teachers used to bully them, and I'm just like, I thought I was the only person that was like bullied hardcore about one of their teachers. Like that, oh my god, that lady was so abusive to me. Like, I'm glad she ended up losing her job at that school and they transferred her else somewhere else, but she was so mean. I even talked about her like on my channel before. The video is not private because I don't need people out here reacting to my story time video. That's fucking weird. But oh my god, like this is, y'all, this is so sad. I'm so sorry that you guys had to deal with this. But your girl, we gotta get some Advil. My head is killing me. Mainly because I didn't really eat today. I know that's very unhealthy. I didn't eat today because I was just like so stressed. But yeah, let's go ahead and go. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Powerpuff Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they're shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking.